Welcome for you all at the beginning of the session. We are going to speak about first meeting with the class. As we all know, usually the first step is the most difficult one. And if any pass the first step, then mostly he will pass the whole issue. Look at the small baby. He be afraid before walking the first step. Then, when he wake up and move the first step, he continue moving till the end of his life. The first meeting with the class. The first meeting with the class, the adrenaline rush. At the first meeting, variety of feelings and emotions mixed together, positive feeling with negative one to create kind of anxious feeling. The teacher encounters these feelings at night before the first meeting, since he will be worried if he can manage the class successfully or he will fail. And that night, he feels it is very difficult for him to sleep. So, he will face difficulty of sleeping. These fears, concern, and anxious tended to manifest themselves in the reflective nature of the questions, the responsibilities asked of themselves. The teacher starts asking himself the following questions. I think we all as teachers asked ourselves like these questions. Will I be able to control my class? Are the pupils rough? Are the pupils healthy? Are the pupils gentle? What is smoothing goes wrong? Have I done enough to prepare for the first meeting with my pupils? Will I be able to live up the pupils' expectation? Will the pupils ask questions that I'll be unable to answer? Will the pupils respond positively to me? Will the pupils compare me to their previous teachers? Will I remember everything? Will I meet all the pupils' needs? Will I let my pupils down? Will the pupils like me? And this is very important question. Will the pupils like me? Do I convenience my pupils? These multiple questions that coming to a person's mind by his nature do you to the fact of worrying of the future. However, understanding your emotions is simply not enough on its own. The one thing is coming among those experienced teachers covered by my research was that despite having these feelings of inadequacy and insecurity, they managed to get the grip with them, knowing that failure to do so would result in a breakdown in their classroom control and discipline. They were experienced enough to understand that these emotions can be controlled and that they are temporary, at least until the next chart of pupils arrived in the following September. It's worth steeling yourself, remaining strong, and trying hard to bluff it out. What should you do when you meet your new class? Also, this question we asked ourselves at first. Certainly, you need to maintain positive body language. So you must train yourself to use body language in communication with each others. Eyes language, lips language, hands language, all the body language. You must confident tone of voice, sometimes high, sometimes low, sometimes rough, depends on the situation in the classroom. State your expectation clearly and assertively to the pupils. It's also very important, since not too easy go into the classroom and ask pupils to reach at list of expectation without giving them the rationale behind your demands. Try to get across the notion that teaching and learning is very much a partnership, and that both parties have to give and take if they are going to be successful. Discuss the notion of rights and responsibilities. I provide you with the right and responsibilities pupil-teacher contract I use for my classes. Notice it's a contract between the teacher and the students. I show this contract to the pupils as an overhead transparency sheet before they place their signed copies into their logbox. What's important to note is that this contract is revised on a regular basis throughout the academic year. I need to make the point that the teacher should nevertheless but the one in control of the learning teaching situation. In my opinion, it's important for teachers and pupils to accept the following principles. The teacher should decide where pupils sit. The teacher should know pupils by name and call them by their names. The pupils should give their full attention when required to their teacher. The pupils should realize that any level of distribution is unacceptable. Pupil-teacher contract, it takes this method. Pupils, teacher, contract. What the teacher asks, what I expect from you. I expect you to be courteous to me and to the other pupils in the class. I expect you full attention when I ask for it. This will help you to learn. I expect you to be honest about yourself and to admit when you are in the wrong. This is all part of the learning process. I expect you to meet assignment deadline. This helps me to help you. I expect you to do your very best. It's very important that you are able to look back to your efforts over the year with pride. I expect you to accept the following consequence of not doing the above. I'll contact your parents. I'll speak to your private. However, as learning and teaching is a partnership, there are certain things that you have a right to expect from me. What can you expect from me? This is a question to the pupils. What can you expect from me? You can expect me to be courteous and respectful even when I am telling you off. You can expect me full efforts in helping you to progress and or helping through your difficulties. You can expect me to mark your work on a regular basis and to provide you with constructive feedback. You can expect me to apologize to you or the class when I get things wrong. You can expect me to treat you fairly and consistently for misbehavior or poor work ethics. Signed, teacher and pupil. These should be mutual respect between staff and pupils. Each pupil should feel valued and fully involved in the learning process. In order to achieve this, it's important to set up rules and routines. Thank you all. I wish you understand, and you can send me any question you wish on my mail, which I sent to you, and here I write it for you again. drmoj66@yahoo.com. Thank you again and happy day.